Hello, hello. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Do you still remember the first question in your pop quiz? Your first answer was synergy. And number two, the answer there is what? What factor is that? Because question one, yes. Very good. Very good. Do you still remember three, number three? And four? There were three choices there. Private accountancy, college, local authority, small retailer. Okay, and then number four, they are value for money or efficiency is used in. Very good. So very easy for you to perfect your pop quiz. Okay, now on Saturday, you will have another pop quiz. Chapters 4 and 5. Just read 4 and 5 in your revision kit. You will perfect the score. Read also the explanation of the examiner. Huh? Because this week we will finish 5, 6, and 7. Okay? What? The same as the quiz you have last Saturday. Is what it was online. Okay, yes, the same. Okay. So please study this time. In your revision kit, it is 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. Okay, yes. Just read the explanation of the examiner. Okay, the answers are there. Just read your revision kit. Okay, I will pick 6 questions. Okay, from that. Okay, so we will continue with chapter 6. Now, by the way, this is your permanent homework. Okay, your permanent homework is to read your textbook, answer the questions in your revision kit. If you answer the questions in your revision kit and read examiner, you will perfect your pop quiz as well. Okay? And then if there are technical articles, please find time to read. And if there are extra notes I uploaded in the classroom, please read those extra notes. Okay? Now, for your assignment, I will give that after the midterm exam. Okay, because I will divide you into 6 groups. Okay, 6 groups, and I will assign you a topic. I'm still thinking what assignment I will give you. So this is your permanent homework. Do not ask for more. Okay? Do not ask for more because there are already many things you need to do. Answering the revision kit, reading your textbook, reading your lecture notes, and reading the technical article. Okay, so please. But if you will ask for more, I can upload more tasks for you. Okay. If you want more review questions, go to the revision kit. Okay. So let me just go straight to our last topic. We are still here. Okay, so we are done with entrepreneurial. Okay. Simple structure because you only have S and O. Okay, this is the strategic, this is the operational level. Now, if the business starts to grow and you have more workers, you cannot maintain this structure. Okay, if you have 50 people reporting to one, it means the span of control of CEO is 50, which is very big. Okay, the span of control there becomes 50. If the structure remains the same, that 50 people will just report to one person. So again, you have to change the structure now. We call that functional. Functional because you will create departments. Take note, every department has specific function. So when you say functional, it means you group people into departments. So when you say functional, this is ideal for small to medium-sized organization. It can be the traditional way, or it can be process-oriented. So just remember, when you say functional, you are creating here departments. Okay? Are we done with this? Functional? Not yet? Okay. So when you say department, you group people doing similar tasks, like finance, okay? One department. You have specific function. HR, another function, another department. Sales department, another function. Production, another function, okay? So when you say functional, you group people doing similar function or task. Now, one advantage there when you create departments or you convert your entrepreneurial from here, since you have many staff, you create now departments. Okay. So once you have departments, that is T, tactical level, because every department has department manager. Okay. Now, one advantage of the functional, because you already have T, tactical level. Remember the S, T, and O. There is no duplication of effort. Why? One department focuses on specific function. Okay, so that is one advantage. Avoids duplicating function. And they say it will enable economies of scale because the tasks are divided. Okay, you create departments performing specific function, no duplication of effort, so you can reduce your cost. But there are disadvantages here, okay? When we convert our structure into functional, it could be very slow in responding to questions. There can be conflict between departments. There is vertical barrier and some poor coordination. Why? It's like this. Okay, unlike before, when the business is still small, very quick, because the O connects directly to the S, okay? So when they report directly to the S, the strategic level, they can easily solve the problem. But now, when you convert it into functional, you are creating departments. Meaning to say, if there is problem, you have to report first to your department head. And your department head will report that to the S level. So it is a bit slow. Also, they say, these departments can sometimes be in conflict in terms of budgeting. Why my department budget is small? Your department has big budget, okay? Why I requested for resources? I requested for a printer you did not give, but department B requested print you give. Sometimes there are what we call conflict between departments. Another disadvantage is that when departments were created, as if there is a barrier between them. There is a wall that divides them. I belong to finance, you belong to sales, okay? So meaning to say, there is a vertical barrier that divides them. It's like a compartment. This is my territory. Okay? I am only sales. My focus only on sales. I don't care about finance. I don't care about what is this production department. There is that vertical barrier in functional organization. And since there is that barrier, very difficult to coordinate with them, okay, to work with them. Because as if they are focusing on their own empire. Okay, I am in sales, I just maximize sales, okay? Sell. I don't care about you, okay? This is my function, okay? So there is that vertical barrier and sometimes poor coordination among these departments because of that wall that divides them as a department, okay? So functional organization, these are the disadvantages. Now, what, madam, if my business is successful and I will open a branch in Thailand and in Vietnam? You will change your structure. Okay? Now, look at functional, going back to functional. In functional, you have only what? Production, marketing, finance, engineering, personnel. No duplication here, okay? No duplication. Or it can be process-oriented, how you produce your product, how you process your product. The first stage is department 1, this is number department 2, department 3, department 5, 6, 7, until it will reach accounting to collect your sales, okay? So that is process-oriented, grouping them, but based on the process, the stages of making the product. Okay, now, when you expand to Vietnam and Thailand, for example, you are located now in 3 geographical areas. You have your main office in Phnom Penh, you have branch in Thailand, you have branch in Vietnam. So your structure will become this, geographic divisionalization. Why? The structure will look like this. You have general manager in Cambodia, GM in Thailand, and we have GM in Vietnam. By looking at your chart, people will see, wow, you are located in 3 countries, okay? That will appear in your organizational chart, okay? Now, if you are to look at the geographic structure, in Cambodia, you have finance, marketing, production. In Thailand, you also have finance, marketing, production, and maybe the same with Vietnam, okay? Functional again, okay? Now, geographical divisionalization, meaning to say you have branches or divisions in different regions or countries, okay? And that division in Thailand or division in Vietnam becomes one admin unit in itself. What do you mean by that, madam? Okay. It means that, let me go back to the chart. Okay, this one. Meaning to say that in Cambodia, you have your GM who will make decisions for your Cambodian operation. Thailand, you have another person there, the manager, who will also make standards and policies for the operation in Thailand. And maybe here also in Vietnam, okay? So meaning to say you cannot centralize any more decisions. You have to delegate to them and then, okay, you decide, okay, at in your territory. You know, before, when you still operate in Cambodia, you can centralize your operation. Like, for example, your head office is in Phnom Penh and you have branches in 24 provinces of Cambodia. But still you are in one country, okay? So it can be that the calculation of salaries and wages is done in the head office. Only the head office calculates the salaries and wages, and you just deposit that to your accounts in different branches. So it is centralized. The moment you go geographic, meaning go global, you move to another country, you cannot centralize that. Okay? You have to delegate that to your geographic boss. They will decide. They will set the standards. That is why one disadvantage of geographic is that this one. The head office will lose control of some operating decisions. If you are still in Cambodia, you can centralize the payroll, compute here in Phnom Penh. Now you have branches in Thailand, you have branches in Vietnam. You cannot compute payroll here in Phnom Penh anymore. Why? This is that you have to decentralize now. Number one, you have different currency. Okay, what is money in Vietnam? Dong. Here, real. How about in Thai? So meaning to say, you have baht. So you cannot centralize it anymore. You have to delegate to them. Let your geographic boss, okay, your geographic boss in these countries decide. And that will lead to another disadvantage, that sometimes their methods or standards are not consistent. Why? Because different geographic boss makes their own standard and methods of doing business there. So there is also duplication of effort, because you have finance, marketing, production in Cambodia. You also have finance, marketing, production in Thailand and in Vietnam. Okay? And the standards that they follow are not the same and consistent, because they are prepared by different geographic boss. Boss in Thailand, boss in Vietnam, okay, and boss in Cambodia. Okay, so this is sample geographic. Now, what, madam, if our business continues to grow and we have different product lines? What do you mean by product lines? You have real estate business. You also have hotels business. You also have transportation business, okay? So you have 3 product lines. You're one company, but you have 3 product lines. So how will you structure your business now? Okay? Okay, so you will go divisionalization. You create division. Okay, division. The same if you have different brands. Like, for example, you know, when you say brand, Procter & Gamble is a big company, okay? And Procter & Gamble is producing different brand of shampoo, okay? Head and Shoulder, that's Procter & Gamble. I think Dove is Procter & Gamble. Pantene is also Procter & Gamble. So they are different brands, okay? So I do not know how many brands. Meaning to say, it can be, okay, Head and Shoulder, 1 division. Dove, 1 division. Pantene, 1 division. So other division. That you can structure like that. Or it can be based on your product lines. Okay, real estate, 1 division. Transport, 1 division. Hotels, 1 division. Okay, so you are creating divisions. And every division, that's equivalent to a big department. You also have division manager there. Okay, so when you say, okay, product or brand, you are dividing, okay, your operation like this. You have real estate, this is your product, okay? You have transport business, you also have hotels. And this is 1 division, 1 division, and 1 division. Just like Nestle. Nestle is a big corporation. It has ice cream division. It has coffee division. It has healthcare products and water division. So because there are many products, okay? So they can create divisions, okay? Now, another structure is matrix. Matrix is a hybrid structure. Why, madam? Because it is a combination of two structures. Why they combine this? Because that is applicable to that particular kind of business, which is project-based. Okay, like a software development company. They want their people to be very flexible, moving from one project to another. Like, for example, I know one software development company here. I think that's a Singaporean company. So they have all one team, all programmers, one team, these different skills, okay? And if they have one client, that's one project. Then they will look at what project is that. They will pick, okay, you join that here also, expert in this, you join that, programmer, we need this also. So meaning to say, one project, these people will move there. After the project is done, then they will go back to their department. Actually, they don't call it department. It's their team, programmers team, okay? Then here comes another client, or sometimes they have many projects at the same time, okay? Sometimes they have 3 clients asking for make program on this one about our website, this one. That is project 1, project 2, and project 3. So you have to move your people again. After you are done here, you move to this, okay, project. After you are done with this, you can move to this project. They are very flexible. Why? Because of the nature of their work, their business, okay? If your team is working in production, in functional, you don't move them. You continue to stay in production department. If you are the accountant, you stay in finance. You don't move, okay, in functional. But in matrix, people are very mobile, okay? You move from one project to another. That is why matrix is a combination. We call it hybrid structure, because people can move from one work to another. So it means to say they can have boss number 1 and boss number 2. Why? Because you group them. That's why matrix is very flat structure. Very flat. You just create all programmers. This one, different skills, okay? But if they have project, okay, we have project 1. I need this, I need this. After that, go back to that. Another project comes, you move here. Oh, meaning to say they're very mobile, okay, because of the nature of their business. That you cannot stay in one project, because once the project is done, no more, you have to look for another project. So you have to work again. And every project has a project leader. So you report to your main group, your team leader, but because you are involved in project 1, then you have to report to the team lead of project 1. After this is done, you can move to another project. So there is what we call dual reporting. You have boss number 1 and you have boss number 2. Now, when you say very flexible, yes, because you can move people around, okay? After project 1 is done, no more. Here comes a new client, you work in that project. If so many projects at the same time, okay, you divide your group, but after this, your role is done, you can move to the next. Now, maybe you will ask, how will I know, madam, that that company is using the matrix structure? Because of this dual reporting. You can ask the employee, where are you working? Oh, we have ABC software development company. You know, they have to be very fast in developing the project. Then you will ask, who is your boss? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my boss is Mr. A. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, my boss is Mr. B. That is matrix. Meaning you have boss number 1 and you have boss number 2. Okay? Now, in complex situation, they say this structure is very useful. Okay? Why? You have multi-skilled teams. Okay, multi-skilled teams. There is dual reporting. That's why this is one disadvantage. One question was asked before, because there is that principle in management we call unity of command. What is this principle of unity of command? We will discuss this in chapter 12, okay? Now, based on this management principle, when you say unity of command, Fayol, the writer of this, said that an employee should receive order only from one boss so that the employee will not be confused. He should receive commands or order from one boss. That is the principle of unity of command. The question was asked, what structure, what organizational structure violates the principle of unity of command? And the answer is matrix. They revise the following exam. Matrix structure violates what principle of management? And the answer is unity of command. Okay? So that came out twice. So one disadvantage is you have dual reporting because you have boss number one and boss, you report to boss number one and you report to boss number two. Okay. So the matrix, they say, is the flattest structure. Very flat because you only have this. Okay? One team, another team, another team. Research and development. Under this team, you have all specialists. Manufacturing, these are all specialists. Okay? Now, you have project one. Project one needs R&D specialist, so you move here. I need marketing specialist, so you move here. After you are done, go back. Okay, go back to your mother department. So very flexible, okay? And metric is the flattest, very flat structure. Why? The structure not anymore like this or like this, but it is only like this. Okay, you have different teams, okay? Now, in matrix structure, they say there are the advantages, but there are also disadvantages, okay? Where is Raivik? Is Raivik? Raivik, can you read advantages? Okay. Why matrix improve communication? Because you move from one project to another. Okay. Another is you allow them to blend. What is to blend, madam? To mix with other employees in the department. So you will see, in your project, this is how you do things. Okay. So that structure supports interdisciplinary cooperation. Very easy to change and restructure the team because you simply move people around without affecting your structure. What else? Since people are moving from one project to another, they can see the big picture of your operation. They will understand how you run your business. And then if you work with project manager one, after you are done, you go back to your department. Maybe you will work with project manager two, okay, if your skills are needed there. But the project manager is in control of the project. So you will just return, you go back to your mother department. You are done. I will need another expertise here, okay? So very mobile. Now, how about the disadvantages? Where is Aichin? Aichin? Aichin, can you read the disadvantages? Now, there are disadvantages as well. Why? If Mr. X reports Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to boss number one, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, boss number two. If boss number one will say, Mr. X, it's okay, tomorrow is Thursday. I want you to overtime. Mr. X cannot decide. He has to talk to boss number two first. Okay, so meaning to say you have to refer to two bosses, boss number one and boss number two. So very slow in making commitment. Okay, so you will say, yes, cannot, because you have another boss waiting for you tomorrow. So you have difficulty committing yourself. That's why you have to refer to your two managers. Okay, very slow in decision making. Why? Refer to boss number one and boss number two. And they say here that during appraisal, performance evaluation, performance appraisal, sometimes the employee will say, my department boss will evaluate me. Others will say, my project boss will evaluate me. Okay? I noticed that you adopt this matrix structure before in my country. And if they find out that this manager is very kind and very generous in giving score, they want to be evaluated by this boss. They don't want that boss that's very strict. Okay? So sometimes that is the problem, because they have to decide who will evaluate your performance. Okay. And sometimes they have ambiguous, not clear priorities between tasks, because they have boss number one and boss number two. And if boss number one will call a meeting, you have to join. Boss number two will call a meeting, you have to also attend. So there will be additional cost, because they should budget, your snacks for that meeting. Okay, now we have one question here. Where is Rainin? How's Rainin? Not here. How about Pick Napa? Napa? Not here. Where is Darisa? Sim Darisa? Darisa, not here. Sim Darisa. How about Sin Srailin? Srailin? Raise your nameplate, please. Napa. Okay, Napa, can you please read this one? When is their networking? What structure? A, B, C, or D? Okay, so that is matrix. Okay. Now we will answer this. These are disadvantages of what structure? Okay, so we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Where is Kang Sib-E? Sib-E, not here. How about Cow TV? TV also not here. Okay, Tini, can you read number 1? Okay. Duplication of effort, this is? Okay, very good. Okay. Where is Chat Sorika? Sorika, not here. Now I'm looking at the list, those who miss some group work. Where is Chim Supanita? Sorika? Okay, Sorika, number 2, please. What is this? Vertical barrier, this is? Okay. Chim Supanita is not here. Where is Chintin? Chintin also not here. Where is Chintin? He missed all the group work. Where is Chun Kusal Munineth? Munineth? Not here. Where is E Suchita? Okay, Suchita, please, number 3. For coordination? Okay, functional, because there is a barrier. Okay. How about Ings Raipek? Where's Raipek? Where is Heng Borai? About Heng Sucheng? Okay, Sucheng. Okay, geographic. Where is Raksa? Kusal Raksa? Raksa not here. Where is Sun Morokot? So not here. Okay, Hong Raipek? The last one. What is this? Okay, referring to two authorities. That is the disadvantage of matrix. Okay. Now let's go to Shamrock organization. What is Shamrock? Actually, when you say Shamrock, this is a plant. Okay. This is a plant. The leaves of Shamrock looks like this. 3 petals. Okay. You know, Charles Handy is very good in, you know, you will learn in chapter 7 that he is fond of Greek deities. So he can translate this also into a structure. Now, according to Charles Handy, so that you can reduce your cost, you have to group your workers into 3. You have to identify your core workers. Who are these core workers, madam? We also call them professional core. They are the nerve center They are the organization's core competence. They are the ones moving the organization. They are the ones generating profit for the company. The CEO, the department managers, okay, your directors, group them into one. They are the core. They are the key to the operation of the business. They are the ones working hard to bring in profit to the organization. Now, Handy said, you hire these people full-time and long-term because you need them. They're the ones working to generate profit for your company. Then you have to identify your contingent workforce, another group. What do you mean by contingent workforce, madam? These are the workforce that you only hire them. You hire them only when you need them. So these are what we call the seasonal workers. These are the part-time. These are the temporary workers. You don't need to hire them full-time. If that is seasonal, then you just hire them like December is a very busy month. You only hire them every December, okay? If you hire the professional core long-term, do not give them, they say, fixed incentive. You have to pay them based on performance. Meaning to say, why based on performance, madam? Their pay should be based here on performance. What do you mean by that? If they generate more profit, give them more incentive. They will get more. Because if you give them the same monthly pay, they will not work hard. Anyway, I will receive the same amount. So your professional core, you hire them full-time and long-term, but their pay and incentives and benefits should be based on their performance. If they generate more profit, give them more so that they will work hard to generate more profit because they will also receive more, okay? Now, the seasonal, these are just your interface worker, contingent workforce. You only hire them when you need them. So they are not permanent, okay? And then, according to Handy, there are work that you can outsource. You don't need to hire people to do that work, but just contract with freelance consultants. Give that to freelance consultants. Now, why Handy is introducing this Shamrock organization? Because he said, your expenses will reduce because you are not hiring this workforce full-time. So very flexible because sometimes you have more people working in your company, sometimes less. Sometimes your labor costs, the salaries, big, sometimes low. Okay? So Handy introduced this. What are the possible work that you can outsource to freelance consultant or self-employed professionals? Why? You only pay them fee, not salary. Because if they are done with that, then no need to pay them, okay? So these are the three groups of workers according to Handy. He introduced this Shamrock organization. Very flexible because sometimes you have more people, sometimes you have less, sometimes your salary expense is big, sometimes it is just low, okay? Now, look at this question. Where is Chan Sukbatai? Okay. Number 1, please, Batay. Your answer here is what? False. Okay, we will discuss later on. Huh? Where is what is this? Gikhin? Ah, Chim Gikhin? Chim Gikchin. While contingent workforce consists of employees of long-term, the answer is? Okay. Now, Gikchin, I'm just wondering, you miss all the group work. Why? Now, let me call on these other students who miss. Where is Rai Sotika? Still absent. Where is on Syracuse? Not here. How about Samnang Dara? How about San Sovitu? Now, these are students I called already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Gikchin, did you take the pop quiz last Saturday? Huh? So you report only today? You attend the class, but what do you mean? Because I called you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. You know, I do not know how to improve your score here because, you know, my goal is I want all of you to pass, but I cannot do it on my own. You have to come, okay? You know, I hate failing students. I am a mother. I don't want to see a daughter, a son that will fail. It's not good. And it's painful, okay, I would say. That's why I'm putting here marks how many times I called this student but still did not appear. We already have 4 group activities. Okay, we already have 4 group activities. So I do not know how to catch up, how you can catch up with the scores. So I want to, I do not know who knows Sarai Sotika. Ching Sarai Sotika. I want to know if they are still enrolled or already dropped. How about Samnang Dara? How about San Sovitu? Okay. Now, number 1, why the answer is false? Why is this? Huh? Okay, Brakbot. Okay, meaning to say, not this. Okay? What if the question stops here? It's only up to this. What's your answer? Okay, true. Okay, why number 2 is also false? Okay, this is the one. So if this will be changed to short term, it will become true. Okay? Okay. Now, if you remember, we define organization. Who can define organization? Remember, an organization is social arrangement. Who can memorize that? You say, Madam, that was chapter 1. I forgot already. Where is Ming Ling Heng? Is Ling Heng here? Also not here. How about On Suklang? Not here. How about Pala Sochita? Okay. What is the definition of an organization, Sochita? Hmm? Or who can memorize the definition of okay, it has boundary, you see? But now, boundaryless. No more boundary. Why, Madam? Under the new organization, we are already high-tech. Okay? Boundaryless. No more barriers that separates management levels and functions, even between suppliers, customers, and competitors. Very easy to communicate. Now, in boundaryless organization, Madam, how do they communicate? Still face-to-face? No more. No more. They can communicate using virtual method, phone, email, Skype, Zoom, Messenger, Telegram, whatever. Okay? No more boundary. Okay? So meaning to say, there is flexibility now. Because the new organization, we use already the new technology. You know, just like yesterday, I was communicating with the head of the NGO. I did not know that she is in Thailand. We were discussing about the project. So no more boundary. Okay. I say, are you at home? Because we are just neighbors. No, I'm in Thailand. Okay. So communication continue because of this. Now, when you see boundaryless organizations, we can use these three structures: virtual, hollow, and modular. Okay? These are boundaryless organizations. So what do you mean by this, Madam? In a virtual organization, no more physical office. That is how they do business. Okay? I remember I have one student before when we started BA. He came very early. And she said, Madam, because our class starts 7:30. And I come very early because our class was still very far. This building was still constructed, renovated. So I said, wow, you come early. Yes, Madam, because I will show you my business. I said, wow, third-year students. They were third-year students. You already have your own business? Yes, Madam. He opened his computer. And I said, Madam, I will show you my product. You see, Madam, nice bags. You see? You see, nice shoes. This one, nice clothes. Many things, Madam. I have all of this available. Even for men, okay, you can order. I said, where's your store? Where is your store here in Phnom Penh? Madam, do not ask me. I have no store. Just look at my laptop. And if you make order today, give me 2 days. I will deliver to you. And you will pay me. I said, I know. You don't have physical store in Phnom Penh. You have a virtual store. You have a business because you are linked with the internet. And all the products you are showing to me, you are not the ones making it. Everything outsourced. Yes, Madam, yes. I have supplier from Vietnam. I have supplier from Hong Kong. They will just send to me. You see, that's the virtual organization. No more physical office. It is just a network of contacts of different suppliers. And in a virtual organization, okay, everything there, or most, maybe of their products are outsourced. They are not the ones making it. That is how they do business now, okay? Another is hollow organization. In hollow organization, the company divide, that's why split people and activities into core and non-core. What do you mean by core, madam? These are the key, very important activity. Then when they split it into core and non-core, what will they do? The non-core, they outsource. The core, they keep, they do it themselves so that it cannot be copied by anyone, okay? So all non-core are outsourced. But the core, retain in-house. You know Nike shirts? If you look at the design of Nike shirts, very unique, okay, the design. The designing of the shirts, that is done in-house. That's the core. But the sewing, the making of the shirts, they outsource that to garment factories, okay? So core and non-core. Now, hollow is very easy to remember. Why? Core, you have letter O. Non-core, you have letter O. Hollow also, you have letter O. Okay? So once the examiner will say core, non-core, think about hollow. It has letter O here, it has letter O, and you have all also letter O in hollow. Okay? Now, another structure is modular. Now, when you see modular, madam, you refer to modules, yes. One module is one component or one spare part, okay? These are the different components or elements of the product. What will we do with this, madam? Okay. Example, you have a product that you invented yourself, okay? And you split them into 5 components and you know how to put them together, okay? So when you say 5 components or 5 parts, 1 part, 1 module, second part, 1 module, you have 5 modules there, okay? Because 5 components, okay? Now, what will you do? You have 5 spare parts or components to make that product. You will outsource module 1 to company A, module 2 to company B, meaning you outsource that to 5 different companies. And once everything is done, okay, when all the pieces are done, you will collect from them and you assemble that, and that is your final product. Then you might say, madam, why not outsource all the modules or components to one company? No, they will know my product and they can compete with me. But if I will outsource only one component, they do not know what will I do with that, okay? So after I have collected all this, I will assemble it. That is my product. That is modular, okay, modular. Sometimes in a modular, you can do one component yourself to protect your business. So even the copy, what you outsource, still there is one missing. But you can outsource the 4 components or modules. So that is how they do business. Now, there is also what we call jobless structure. What is jobless, madam? No permanent job. Okay, this applies to freelance consultant. Okay. Jobless structure because you are not a job holder. You are not employed permanently. You are not a job holder, but you are a seller of skills. You move from one company selling your skills. That is what the freelance consultants are doing. Okay. I will work with company A, only market study. After that, I move to company B. They will ask me to assess their project. Then I move to company C. They ask me to write a proposal. Meaning in a jobless structure, the person here is not a permanent employee, not a job holder, but seller of skills. But who can use this one, madam? The jobless structure. Only if you have multiple skills. Only if you have multiple skills. If you only have one skill, you cannot use this. Because you have nothing, not many skills to sell. Okay? But if you have many skills, like for example, an ordinary person who knows how to do carpentry work, okay, carpentry, okay, fix the kitchen, make cabinet, but he's also good in electrical wiring. He's also good in plumbing for the pipes, okay, meaning he has multiple skills. Then he can sell his services to different clients. Does not need to be employed full-time, but he can sell his services to different customers or clients. That is jobless structure. Okay, what is shared service center? What is a service center or a center, madam? This is also a department. But the services are shared. Why shared, madam? Because this is a department within the organization, meaning to say they are employees of the company, but they are serving many divisions. Like for example, going back to Nestle. Nestle has different divisions. Ice cream division, coffee division, you have healthcare and water, what is that division? But they only have one IT department. Okay, they create only one IT department. It does not mean that ice cream division, one IT. Coffee division, one IT. They have only one IT or HR. And they serve all the different divisions. That is shared service center. Meaning they provide support across the organization. They are looking at Division 1 as their client, Division 2 another client, but they are employees of the company. Now, they say that one disadvantage of shared service center is that they can only provide generic, okay, service. It cannot be very specific for the ice cream division, not very specific for the coffee division. Why? Because they're serving many divisions. They only give more general or generic services to the different divisions. Okay. Now, what is this horizontal structure, madam? You said, madam, you have tall. Then you have flat. Now, madam, horizontal, very flat. Yes. This is, as I have said, like the matrix structure is horizontal structure, very flat. Why? You have one team, one team, one team, one team, and they have different skills, okay? So meaning to say in horizontal structures, they have project teams. Just like I mentioned about software development company, they have different teams. And this team has multiple skills. So as I have said, if there is project 1, they will support that. Okay, all of them. After that, return to their team and then another project they work. That is more on teamwork and collaboration. Like the matrix. Horizontal, very flat. Matrix is the flattest structure, horizontal. Now, another structure is chunk or unglued. You know, chunk, cut. Unglued, they are not glued. They are not linked, okay? What structure is that? Okay. You create one team with complete skill set, okay? And you divide them as a separate unit, okay? Very flexible units. And every team here are empowered because you adopt decentralization. Okay, team 1, you look for your own project. Team 2, you work on another project. So you know already costing, how much is that, how much profit we will get, okay? So they are cut, chunk, okay, and glued. Now another structure now, because of intense competition in the market, is output-focused structure. What is output, madam? Results, okay? Results. What results, madam? Results that can make your customer happy. Okay, what is this output focus structure now? You know, the traditional way of doing business is that it is centralized. The frontline employees dealing directly with the customers. If the customers, you know, have problem or complaints, they cannot decide. They always say, refer to my boss first. That is process. Okay. Remove that. Do not focus on step 1, step 2. This is what we'll do. Go to supervisor, supervisor to manager, manager go up. That is process. Do not focus now on internal process. How? Empower your frontline employees to decide right there and then. Solve the problem because you know the situation, because you are very close to the customers. Okay? Do not refer to your bosses away and does not know what happened between you and the customer here. Empower them, let them solve the problem, immediately produce result that will make your customer happy. If you ask the customer to wait, they will look for other company. So the focus now is satisfy your customer. Focus on result. Resolve the problem immediately. Do not ask your customers to wait. So you have to empower your frontline employees now for quick solution of the problem. So that is output focus. Do not go, oh, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what we will do. This is our process. This is our policy. Forget about that. Because your customers, you know, might go to other competitor. So focus on result, focus on output, make your customer happy. Okay, now, what is outsourcing? What is offshoring? When you say outsourcing, meaning to say, someone else does the work for you. Instead of making it yourself, you just buy it. Buy from outside source, okay? What is offshoring? Outside your shore, outside your country, overseas. Okay, meaning to say the work is done overseas. But there is also both outsourcing at the same time offshoring. So we have, in the exam, there are 3 choices. Outsourcing, offshoring, or both. Outsourcing and offshoring. I'll give you an example so you will understand. I open a company here in Phnom Penh, okay? And I need one component. But I don't want to make it because I will hire people. It's more expensive. So I will look for suppliers in Phnom Penh, and I found one store making that component. I say, can you make this? I say, yes, we can make. Okay, how much the price? So I have to calculate, if I will hire people, I will spend this. I will buy it cheaper, okay? So I buy it from company C from Cambodia, okay, in Phnom Penh. That is outsourcing. Outsourcing, I am getting it from outside source, okay? Because just in Phnom Penh, okay, in Cambodia. Now, when I visited Vietnam, for example, I saw one company there making exactly the same spare part. So I asked how much it costs if I will order from you. And I have to calculate the shipment, the transport cost from Vietnam to Phnom Penh as well. But still it's cheaper. The price is cheaper compared to company C here in Phnom Penh. So I decided to buy that spare part from that company located in Vietnam. Okay? That is both outsourcing because I got it from another company, and offshoring because that company is outside the country. Okay, that is both. Huh? The first one, company C, outsourcing, belong to the same country. Okay. The second one, outsourcing and offshoring because I got it from another company and that supplier is located in another country. So outside, overseas. That is both. Now, when I visited Vietnam the second time, I met a friend and he said, oh, you're buying that component? It is cheaper, much cheaper if you open a small store here. You hire people to work because labor is very cheap. You produce that spare part, let your office produce that, and ship that to Phnom Penh. It's cheaper if you are the ones making it, okay? So I decided to open a branch in Vietnam. I hire people there to do and manufacture that spare part. And it came out cheaper because they can produce more, okay? What is that? That is only offshoring. I did not outsource because that is my own company, okay? I just go global. I just open a branch in Vietnam, okay? So be sure to identify what is outsourcing, what is both outsourcing and offshoring, and what is purely offshoring. When you offshore, you just go global, okay? Okay, now, let's answer this. The answer here is can be offshoring, outsourcing, or both, okay? Okay, Gikchen, I call you again so that you will get more. Can you read number 1? What is this? Why do you think it is outsourcing? Hmm? Hmm? Why did you say outsourcing? What? Why offshoring? Hmm? Why? Because this is? It's their own call center. So your answer is? Okay, offshoring. You just go global. You enter, okay, India, okay. Where is Sobanlish? Sobanlish is here. Okay, number 2, please. Hmm? What is your answer here? We have 3 choices, huh? We have 3 choices. Outsourcing, offshoring, or both? Offshoring? Why do you think it is offshoring? Hmm? Okay, so what is this now? Offshoring, outsourcing, or both? Where is the supplier located? Overseas. So what is that now? Offshoring. Where is Vita Monin? You help. Huh? Why both? So when you say both, what does it mean? Both outsourcing and offshoring. What does it mean? It means that, okay, you buy it from other company and it is that company is located overseas. Okay? Okay, yes. That is, okay. How about number 3? Where is Sin Srailin? Srailin is not here. How about Sok Sivmay? Sivmay also not here. Raise your nameplate if you want to answer this. Okay. Okay, so Cheng. Okay. Why do you think it is outsourcing? Okay, so the supplier is in? Okay, so that is outsourcing. Okay. Where is Kimra? Soban Kimra, the last one, please. What is this? Outsourcing, offshoring, or both? This is what? Both? What do you think is the answer here? Okay, Darian. So your answer is what? Both? Okay, who has another answer? Hmm? Who has another answer? Is there another answer? Soteri. Your answer is offshoring. Why offshoring? Yeah, but who owns that? Who is the owner? Hmm? Okay, so your answer is yes, offshoring only. Why? Because they open its first store in the US. There is a UK supermarket retailer, but they open a store in the US. It's not, there is no supplier here. Okay? Managed by a team based in the US, meaning he will hire people from the US to manage that first store that they open in the US. Okay? So who owns that first store? The same Yuki supermarket. So they just go global, meaning to say offshoring. Okay, offshoring. Okay. Okay, now, when you say outsourcing, there are 4 kinds of outsourcing. Again, what is outsourcing? Okay. You know, outsourcing, you get it from outside source, another supplier. Now, there is what we call ad hoc outsourcing. You know, ad hoc is just for this purpose, okay? Just a short term, okay, contract. Like, for example, you will say, I will outsource, okay, my IT maintenance because I'm still hiring. I have not hired yet, so it is only short-term contract. We call that ad hoc, okay? You employ programmers just for short-term. Now, another is project management outsourcing, meaning the whole management of the project is outsourced. The project is to set up your accounting system, and you hire, okay, a consultant to set up your new accounting system. That's the whole project. Another is only part, not whole, partial only. For example, you only hire people to maintain your computers, okay? Maintain your computers, maintenance and repairs, only that. Only part of the IT service. Or it can be total outsourcing, meaning another supplier or a third party provides all the services. Okay, you know, before the clinic near the elevator at the ground floor there, before it was a photocopy center. Okay, photocopy center because your pop quiz are done in the class using paper, but now no more. Okay. If the machines, the photocopy machines are owned by company A, it's not ComEd. If the toner, the paper also are supplied by company A, the salary of the staff doing photocopy is also paid by company A. That is total outsourcing. The whole photocopy service is outsourced by ComEd if that is the situation. Meaning a third party owns everything, the equipment, the software, the staff. Okay, that's total outsourcing. Okay. Okay, let's go to CBA question. Where is Kiming? Both Kiming? Kiming, not here. Okay, so Banlis, can you please read this one? Okay. Now, what do you think is the answer here, so Banlis? What outsourcing is this? A, B, C, or D? Hmm? A is ad hoc. Why ad hoc? What are the keywords here? Okay, only short period. Okay. So the answer there is, okay, ad hoc. Okay. Now, let's go to levels of strategy in the organization. It can be corporate level, business level, or operational level. Now, where is Srai Vatana? Srai Vatana is here? Also not here. She missed 3 group work. Okay. Now, if you remember the 5 forces of Porter, you still remember the 5 forces of Porter? What are those? Threats? 5 forces of Porter. What are those? Huh? You know Porter's 5 forces? We analyzed that. High or low, high or low. What are those 5 forces? Okay. Okay. So, Clyde, what are those 5 forces? Remember Porter's 5 forces? Laxmay, what are those? What else? Huh? What are the 5 forces? Porter's 5 forces. Lihai. So there are 5 forces. Now, that 5 forces has to be tackled at the business level. Okay? And how? Okay, how will we address that threat? According to Porter, you will use this strategy: cost leadership strategy, cost focus, and product differentiation strategy. Okay? Now, when you say corporate level, if you remember Anthony's triangle, we have S, T, and O. What is S? T, and O? Operational. The division managers at the T. The division managers. So if you are under Nestle, you have ice cream, and you are the head of ice cream division, you're at the middle. Okay? Tactical level, at business level. Okay? Then you have operational or functional strategies. Now, for corporate here at the top, they make strategic plan that is long-term, 3 to 5 years. So strategic because it will affect the whole organization. Whole organization. Okay? At the business level, according to Porter, you should fight in the market. Okay? If you are in the coffee division, how you will compete with other company, other coffee brands. If you are with ice cream, you have to compete. How to deal with 5 forces. Okay. So what are the strategy according to Porter? Cost leadership strategy, cost focus strategy, and product differentiation. Okay? Okay, we will continue on Wednesday on this. By the way, do you know your pop quiz score? Not yet. Not yet.
Like place. So may I know where is this council stay? Same as manager or
Yeah,
yeah.
your geographic boss is the leader in that geographical area. And you have GM as the highest in Thailand. So that is your boss. The general manager in Thailand makes decisions and set the standards, the general manager in Vietnam, and the general manager in Cambodia.
So it's that the boss is positions as general manager and
It depends on how you call them. It can be GM, it can be, we do not know the name, but in this structure, this is your boss in Cambodia, this is your boss in Thailand, this is your boss in Vietnam. That's your geographic boss. So this boss makes decisions and makes standards for Thailand. This one for Cambodia, this one for Vietnam. That's why sometimes standards not the same and not consistent. But they only have one CEO and they have only one board director. So that is your geographic boss.
They switch to another role. The role is the same or they switch to another skill.
You know, when you say matrix, that is very, you move people from one function to another, one project to another. So meaning to say they are trained to have many skills. So this applies to programming company, software development, where they have different skills, making website, making programs, QA, and you know, there are so many skills in IT. So that's why they say that there is functional flexibility here because they have multiple skills. So I know programming, I join project A, but I also know how to do QA. So I go to project B. So sometimes I shift between two to boss number one and boss number two because I have different role there and I have the skills. So it can be I spend 3 days there, 3 days with you. So that is matrix because people are mobile. They are transferred from one project to another. Yes. Number
Number two.
is both. Okay.
It's quite low.
Okay. You contact overseas supplier. Okay, this is the one here. Okay, here. Number 2, you contact a supplier. Meaning to say, you are not the ones making it. You buy it from another supplier. Okay. Overseas, where is the supplier located? Outside the country, overseas. Okay. And then this supplier will just send to you in UK. Actually, you are importing it from this supplier outside UK. So meaning to say, you are buying it, outsourcing it from another company. But this company is located outside your country. That's why it is both. Both. Yeah. But if you buy only within your country from another company,
It's only up.
no, the first one is this their own center. So that's offshoring. Offshoring because you just go global. You just extend your business to another country. So you own, you don't outsource because it is from your own company, your own branch there. Like this. She opened its first store. So she's not getting it from other company, but she is opening the first store in the US. So you are branching out. You branch out to other country. You go global. So that is only offshoring because you are not outsourcing. You are not buying from other company.
In our country.
In your country. So like this one, okay, yes, that is just offshoring. You just go global. You just open a branch outside your country because that is your own store there. Okay, this one also, they open their own store. Okay, in the US.
It's not really like UK and US that because in our open import store in our country.
Okay, you see, UK, they open in India. They open their store, they create a branch in India. In here, they open their store in the US. So they are just branching out. You have branch now in India, you have branch now in the US. Okay. It's not, your keyword for outsourcing is you're getting it from another supplier. So if you're getting it from another supplier, where is the supplier located?
For my opinion, I think this person is both of outsourcing and
No, cannot, because there is no supplier here. You are just opening, meaning you just go global.